Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Today's guests are Mark and Cheryl Richards, founder and executives of Merrill Group, Inc. Merrill's 2005 gross sales was $107 million and ranked number 6 on the Pacific Business News General Contractors list. Last year, Merrill Group donated more than $150,000 to various Hawaii charities. Please welcome to Greater Good Radio, Mark and Cheryl Richards. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
So first off, could you tell us how Merrill, that name, got formed, and also a little bit about the company?
Merrill is a contraction of Mark and Cheryl. And when we were playing with this, the first out of the box was Shark. We didn't think anybody would appreciate a shark construction, so we wound up with Merrill.
That's cute.
And so this is the Earl of Merrill.
I say that's cute because Mark is like a tough football guy, and the way you're smiling up when you're talking about that, it's cute.
All right.
That's what I get with living with her, you know.
So what does Merrill Group do? It's design, build. What does that mean to the lay person?
We are real estate developers, general contractors, architects, and real estate services, sales and leasing, property management.
And what are your backgrounds of why you folks decided to combine both of your efforts into one company?
We were in the manufacturing business on the mainland, and we had gone through the 80-81 recession. And it was our business dropped about 40% in 1 month and then stayed there. And we wound up having to lay off our kids and many, many people. And that was not a really happy experience. And so we thought about maybe we want to do something different that wasn't quite so cyclical. We wound up in Hawaii in a very cyclical business, but it turned out to work out really, really well for us. So we sold our business, our manufacturing business, to Parker Hannifin. And worked there a couple of years under contract. And then Cheryl and I moved to Kona. And we lived in Kona 6 weeks and Lake Tahoe for 6 weeks and back and forth. And this went on for a year and a half, 2 years. And the business as straight land development was a little bit didn't have enough adrenaline rush to it. So we started the general contracting business. And from there, we got into architecture and real estate services, and it's just grown from there.
Cheryl, did you folks have experience in real estate before you got into this type of business?
We did. In Modesto, we worked with a very close friend and a contractor, and we were involved more as investors in some of his real estate development and some of his projects and as partners, and realized that we really loved building, creating, seeing that beautiful finished project. And we just fell in love with that. We had fallen in love with Kona visiting here and could see a need for real estate development here and a great way for us to move to Kona. So that was our motivation.
What were some of the lessons that you learned from your manufacturing business, being that it dropped business 41%, and you weren't expecting that you were going to apply those lessons to making Merrill successful and running how you imagined it?
Well, the manufacturing business we're in, we made filters, fuel water separators for trucks and boats. And when people weren't buying trucks and boats, there wasn't a heck of a lot of demand for the product. So we felt we wanted to get into something that was a little less cyclical. Well, it didn't turn out that real estate is as cyclical as you can get. However, in Hawaii, it seems to kind of rotate between residential and commercial. So when residential isn't selling, commercial oftentimes is okay. So we went back and forth with that model, and it worked out pretty well for us. Not knowing that going in, we weren't fully prepared for the first cycle in 1990-91 when we had the recession, and we very quickly had to move from residential into 100% commercial in order to survive. But we made the transition, and since that time, the model has been to stay roughly 50-50. It's difficult to do that in the Hawaiian market because the market, goes back and forth, and last year we were 80-20 residential. Right now we're moving dramatically to the commercial side. So we should wind up being 50-50 about mid-year
In
in the construction side.
in the mid-'90s, did it feel like deja vu all over again?
Absolutely. Gosh, it felt like 80, 81, and we thought, my goodness, the
What
sky
have we
is falling.
done?
Yeah.
Why did we do this?
But fortunately,
We had our moments.
we didn't have every last nickel in at that point, so we had some carrying capacity, albeit we almost ran out. And we learned a lesson about that. And going forward, we have done more joint ventures with deep-pocketed capital sources, and we own 40% or 50% or something, and not 100% of it. And that way we can spread it around more, have more deals going, and always have a deep-pocketed financial person to help if times get tough. When you're employing 250 to 300 people, you don't want to put them out of a job. So it's best not to run out of capital.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.